What if Luke had survived? What up guys, welcome to Game Over Entertainment, and today on Walking Dead Wednesdays, we're discussing a certain character in Season 2 and his untimely demise. What if that never happened? What if Luke never did drown in that terrible death scene, okay? What if he made it all the way to the end? What would have happened? Alright, so this topic was actually brought to me by Fusion of the Aces. You guys can check out his YouTube channel in the description below. Go ahead and show him some love, and thank you for this topic. So in Walking Dead episode 5, man, Luke, he's been with us ever since Season 2 episode 1, made it all the way to the end, and that's where Telltale, when Walking Dead really started putting the dirt on Luke's grave. There were signs to show you that Luke wasn't going to make it. When Luke first got shot in the leg, due to a choice, you know, where it doesn't matter what you pick, he gets shot anyway. I kind of felt that they were setting him up for a disaster right there. Go.
Hey, what are you?
Luke, no!
Вы первые начали! Замолните это! Fuck you!
You should have stayed down.
Yeah, I know. God.
And then later on in the episode, he actually mentioned that it was his birthday. If that's not an ill omen, you know, it's my birthday, I'm about to get married, I'm having a baby soon. Those are definitely signs that something's going to happen to this character. And sure enough, he gets his death scene on the lake of ice. So in this particular scene right here, there's nothing you can do to actually save Luke, so he is going to die here. But you know, you can either choose to go out there on the ice, risk your life as well, or to, you know, back him up, shoot zombies so he can help himself out. And I personally chose to back him up because going out there would compound the problem. But let's take it back. What if that never happened? Okay, so this is what I was actually expecting in episode 5, for a big showdown or a big argument between Luke and Kenny. Okay, now, but instead we got Jane versus Kenny in the final choice. Okay, now in this one, if Luke had survived and made it to the house, I really don't think the group would have tried to steal from Kenny. When Kenny told everybody his plans about going to Wellington outside the truck, everybody was in disagreement to that. They didn't think it was a smart move to keep going north where he's going to get colder. And I think that's when Luke would have got involved, and that's when we had that argument between Kenny and Luke, and we may have to make a choice right there. Because when Kenny first brought up the Wellington thing in Season 2 episode 2, when we first meet up with Kenny again, Luke, he wasn't buying it. It didn't like he was really going along with that scenario anyway. So I think that's when we had the decision about who we're going to go with. Now, the only way I can think of is if this turning physical, because I think Luke would have just walked away as opposed to get into a fight with Kenny, okay? It's if Kenny tried to take the baby and Luke was like, no, I'm taking this baby with me. And that's where they could have turned into a Jane versus Kenny type situation, but between Kenny versus Luke. And that would have been pretty interesting, man. Not too sure how much Luke actually cared for the baby. He did leave the baby in the snow during the gunfight, so that is kind of neglect. So he wasn't really thinking about the baby right there. So I don't really know how much Luke is invested into the baby, so I can't say for sure. But that'd be the only way I think they would get into a physical confrontation, because nothing else could set Kenny off like the baby would. And like if they did split, it'd be a peaceful split. Arvo, Mike, and Bonnie, they wouldn't have tried to steal the truck. Now Arvo, on the other hand, he still wanted revenge for Clementine killing his zombie sister. So he made his own personal vendetta to try to kill or get Clementine. But let's take it a step further. What if Luke was actually in the truck after, you know, Arvo shot Clementine and Mike and Bonnie tried to steal the supplies, and then we split ways with them? Let's say Kenny, Jane, and Luke and Clementine were all in the truck together. What would have happened through there? Now, if if Jane would have pulled the same stunt she did with the baby, Luke, I think he would have been totally on Kenny's side at this point. Luke, he really, I don't think he would approve of Jane's actions whatsoever. He would have been arguing with Jane. He may even gave her a nice high five across the face, because what Jane did, yes, I appreciate her love for Clementine. She really does love her. I do see that. But what she did was really irresponsible. What if Jane would have died right there in the end and we walked the other way? What if we walked in the opposite direction of where the baby was? We never would have heard the baby. The baby would have died a lonely death inside that freezing car. Yeah, it was a very risky move, and she put the baby's life at jeopardy just to prove a point. And I think if Luke had seen that happen, he definitely would not have been pleased with that. So yeah, that would have been an interesting scene to see go down. And I'm not really sure what Luke wanted to, where he wanted to go or what he wanted to do. His plans weren't really clear what he had for the future. Like Kenny does, he always talks about stuff that he wants to do, places he wants to go. He has goals and stuff he's trying to achieve. But Luke, on the other hand, he really never said where he wanted to go. So I don't know if we did have a final choice to choose Luke in the end, where he would have taken us or where he would have led us to. So no idea. Maybe he will go back to Carver's too, because he know there's food and stuff there, thinking the same way Jane did. Luke, he's an okay guy. I really didn't like the way he died. I do feel like it was forced and maybe even a little unplanned. There's actually rumors out there that Telltale changed it at the last minute. Like Luke was not supposed to die right there. It was supposed to be a choice between Kenny and Luke, but they flipped the script on us. So yeah, don't really know about that, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you think would have happened if Luke had survived? And these are just my thoughts, man. All theorized based on Luke's character and how he was developed, okay? Luke been with us since season 2, episode 1, and he was a good guy, and good guys are hard to find in The Walking Dead. Okay, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts below. Luke surviving episode 5. Should it have happened? Did Telltale make the wrong decision by killing him off this early? Thoughts below. And stay tuned for next week, another Walking Dead Wednesday. And go ahead and hit me with a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe for more Game Over Entertainment.
You look like crap.
Ow. Don't make me laugh, alright? It hurts when I laugh. How did we get here?
Try not to think about it.
Sitting in the snow, lean up against a tree, bullet in my leg. But alive. When so many of my friends are dead for no good reason, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. Everyone we set out with just gone. Nick, Pete, Alvin and Becca, Carlos, Sarah. And for what? It don't make any sense.
You can't blame yourself. We all made mistakes.
Yeah, some of us more than others. I could have done more, and that ain't up for debate. I know it in my bones, and I gotta live with it.